Welcome to the next episode of my Wizard Speed Build series. This time it's a rather unique one. This one was inspired by the Explosive Blast Auto Meteor build that is rather popular for low GR farming due to its simplicity, but the idea here isn't exactly the same. Out of the Tal Rasha builds that do not run a smoldering core, this one has probably the highest DPS, due to the fact that we can fit in a focus and restraint while we still preserve most of our tankiness. And while the build does benefit from auto meteors, which is a decent damage on its own, the main reason we run an Explosive Blast is to proc the buff from the Orb of Infinite Depth with the tremendous 80% damage reduction on top of the 40% extra damage. This allows us to drop the Halo of Karini and pick a Focus and Restraint instead for the double 50% damage increase. The good news is that we can still keep an Okiat set and the Squirt's Necklace on, netting this build some insane damage while still having great mobility due to running an in-geom. And yes, this is an in-geom build, meaning we mainly hunt for elites, only stopping for bigger packs of trash every now and then. Of course, once we have our potion buffs and pylons up and running, even the auto meteors will blow up most trash as we teleport forward to our next elite. But before covering the gameplay, let's quickly go over the skills used. Our primary damage dealer and our only lightning ability is Meteor with the Thunder Crash rune. Nothing new here, instantly falling meteors are generally the go-to for most Tal Rasha speed builds. Magic Missile Glacial Spike is there to give us our cold stack and proc the other half of the Focus and Restraint set. Explosive Blast with Chain Reaction is our fire skill, and this is what stacks our Orb of Infinite Depth and provides continuous auto meteors. Diamond Skin with the Prism rune will solve all our resource issues, while it also gives a huge spammable shield. Teleport with Calamity will give us our Arcane stack, stun enemies and proc the Arcane auto meteors. The last skill slot can be changed up depending on what you need more. Force Armor is very useful to avoid getting one shot until you stack your toughness at the start of the run, but if you feel tanky enough, then you can pick Magic Weapon or Familiar for even more damage. And now to the gameplay. As the rift starts, press your potion and energy armor, shoot a single magic missile, drop one meteor and start teleporting forward while activating Explosive Blast and Diamond Skin as you reach the first enemies. Try to stun enemies with teleport until you build up your offhand stacks and search for the first elite. Once you find it, shoot one magic missile, teleport on top of it for the stun and hold down meteor until it's dead, which shouldn't take more than a few seconds. Remember that you need to finish off all members of the pack to get the in-geom buff. Once you have the buff, you can start rolling. Spam Teleport, Explosive Blast and Diamond Skin as you move forward, shoot a single magic missile and hold down Meteor for a second or two when you find an elite, and watch as it gets melted. And this is pretty much it, just don't forget to also pop your potion when it comes off cooldown. It must be noted that yes, it is a higher input build with many spammable buttons and a bit higher skill ceiling than most other Tal Rasha builds. For me, it actually partly resembles the old Critical Mass Wizard from Vanilla, which I had a ton of fun with like 10 years ago or so I'm digging it quite a bit. It might require some practice, but once you get a hang of it, you will cut through GRs even above the 120s in stable 2 minutes without any problem. I hope you enjoyed the video, if so then consider giving it a like and subscribing to the channel. See you next time!